Yo, is this thing on? Look, man. Yo, I ain't made a video in like 2 months plus. I forgot how to even do it. Look, homies, yo, as always, I appreciate you guys for clicking on the video. All love to you guys. Hope you guys are having a dope day. Look, if you guys enjoy the content here, bro, please be sure to leave a thumbs up on the video, a comment, the whole vibe. You guys know what it is. Look, this video is kind of interesting. I got a little laugh out of it. I'm not going to lie. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so look, here's the thing. We already knew that Warframe's management has been the weakest thing over there at DE. But listen, I didn't know it was this weak. I didn't know it was this far out of tune. So, Game Informer and a different publicist, they were talking about different things. But straight out of the mouth of Jeff and everybody else there with Scott himself, they were talking about content that hasn't been released yet, right? They were talking about the content that hasn't got to come out and the things that they finish and what happens to it. They're saying that the things that they finish, certain teams finish it, but don't give it to the other team to get ready for launch. And I looked around and I said, look, I know I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. And I know, I was like, wait, y'all can't be serious. So Scott was like, yeah, I didn't get it. And if I didn't get it, and then Sheldon was like, well, I don't know what happened to it, so I guess we just forgot about it. And I'm like, huh? And it was like, oh, no, this happens a lot. This happens a lot. And I looked at it and I said, yo, I used to make fun of my school project team that nobody does something, but they're more together than DE is for the people making that much money. So I looked at that and I said to myself, like, how do you guys forget that a certain section of your team worked on something and literally finished it, but you guys forgot to put it out? Y'all are just wasted manpower. So, Jeff came out and said, it happens a lot. And these things that we do, I don't want to take blame for it because it was finished on my end, but it just wasn't sent to cert. And it was so it's just back there. A lot of stuff is just back there in the vault. That's just there that we forget to, put out. And I'm just like, yo, we're suffering on content because they forgot to put it out. Is that where we at? We're suffering on content. The community don't even have content most of the time, because they don't remember to put it out, because certain teams have it. It's kind of like you at a party and you give somebody your keys to your car and somebody lose the keys to the car. That's kind of like what it is. So I look at that. But I want to know, how do you guys feel about that? Hearing the official devs say something like that, bro, it made me think like, you can't be serious. Why would you say this publicly? Why? This is something you keep offline. You know what I mean? So when you look at something like this, and they were talking about, how things are supposed to be, and Scott came in and Steve came in as well, and he was just like, yo, look, man, maybe one day we'll put it out. We don't remember, but, it's done, or whatever the case may be. And as the manager, he should be embarrassed. Steve, I love you. I do, and you may not know it, but I do, that's an embarrassing thing to look at with your team, but when you guys look at something like this, there was a different publicist that was like, Warframe and all the things that came out, it was some extra stuff that came out, talk about Warframe's management or how the management is. Everybody said the game is wonderful. The game is great. Working on the game is super fun. The problem is the team and the management. And to see something else like this come back out in 2021, I was like, yo, that's crazy. Y'all giving me material in 2021. I've been gone for 2 months plus. What is going on? I'm just coming back. You know what I'm saying? But it's good to be back, though. But when I look at something like this, I want to ask you guys what you think. So I remember Scott saying that, whenever something like this happened, if the team doesn't put it out and if the team doesn't say anything about it, if they don't let other teams know, how are we supposed to know? How are we supposed to be able to handle this if we don't know what's supposed to be going out? And I look at this and I'm like, bro, it's 300 plus people there. So if you divide each group by 20 people, if one group forget to tell you, then nothing goes out. And I feel like that's a major reason why console and PC doesn't get everything at the same time. The stands of Warframe are going to be like, no, bro, it's simply because PC are the testers. They're the beta testers, so they can give hotfixes early. Yeah, that's not how it goes. It is how it goes, but that's not how it goes, if you guys know what I mean. The way how it is that if they were to finish it on time, they could release it for all platforms on time. And there's no hold on Xbox and Sony. It's a free pass from Xbox and Sony to say you can release everything at the same time. So when you look at something like that, it really shows that that's the reason why. It's not Warframe as a game, bro. Warframe as a game is fine. It's the devs. The devs come through and the devs do the weirdest thing, and I really don't understand like where their mindset is. You know, when you look at that, it sometimes it feel like I'm like, bro, do you guys want to keep playing? And that's why the player base was asking for there to be just a whole addition of people to come to the dev team to give new ideas, to bring more love into the game. You know, when you do something for so long, you can coast by. And I respect you, Steve. I do, bro. Hey, Steve, yo, shout out to you, Steve. I love you. The reason why Steve can get away with that is because he got a community of simps. Steve know he got a community of simps that they're not gonna complain. They're gonna fall in line. They're gonna be like, sir, yes, sir. And they're not gonna complain about the content. That's the whole thing about it. But with that being said, I wanted to know how you guys felt about that. What do you guys think this is gonna bring Warframe? And how do you see Warframe carrying on? Because they've been dropping the same content basically for the past couple years, and it hasn't really got a lasting effect on the community, bro. Like when you look at a community, you see the people that's like not standing for it, the people that's backing out of it and saying like, yo, man, I'm not gonna play this. I'm gonna put my time elsewhere. And then you got the people that's like, yo, I'm gonna stay here because I got nowhere else to go. You know, and one major thing that we got to pay attention to, which I got a video coming up on, is how all the content creators are waiting for another looter shooter, which is like a big thing. You know, everybody was jumping over to Outriders, which you guys know I covered 2 months ago, a couple videos, maybe like 4 or 5 videos on Outriders. But I've been gone, so I'm finally back though. But look, the only thing I got to say to this is I hope the devs kind of get themselves together, bro, to try to bring this for the community, because they're in the final scenes. They're in the final scenes with Warframe. Like the next content for 2021 going to 2022 and 2023 or whatever and so forth is going to mark the spot of where this game is going to be. It's going to be just lackluster, it's either going to be mediocre, or it's always going to be looked at as the game that would have been amazing but didn't really hit the criterias. And as devs, you want to push for something and really make a mark in the gaming community. You want to make a mark, not as it like Warframe being one of the best looter shooters and it just stayed mediocre all the way through, or you just wanted Warframe to be like one of the best looter shooters and completely just like set the bar really high for any other game to try to follow. You know what I'm saying? Just because your motto is like what, like free to play, doesn't mean that you just get a pass at everything. Nobody does that. You know, only the people that don't understand gaming basically do that, because every game nowadays, not every game, every company nowadays is doing some kind of free-to-play game, some kind of free-to-play model, you know. So being free-to-play isn't special, you know. So when you look at something like that, you got to really understand. And Outriders coming out in a lot of different games, I hope they can take from different points. But one thing they haven't been able to take is the self-dedication on how they want to do things, bro. You know what I mean? Like, Steve, you copy everything else, bro. Steve, I need you to copy work ethic, bro. I need you to copy management skills, bro. I need your Sharingan to be active, okay? I need that Amaterasu to be strong, that burning desire in your soul, Steve. That whole team is just you know what? The team remind me of content creators. They remind me the way how they talk, like kind of like a group of friends of content creators, and not like people who get things done. Like, you could be a group of friends and content creators online, but they don't really bring the structure. They don't really bring like, hey, this is when this is gonna come out. Our team already has this finished. This is already sent the cert. This is already here. And I look at Warframe like, man, I love the game. I do. I love Warframe. A lot of people love Warframe. Even the people who is here now on my channel who stopped playing Warframe love to watch Warframe because they hope for it to come back good one day, but they're not going to waste their time on it. They're not going to do it. So you want these things to come back and be great. But with the way how the devs are going about it, bro, it makes it kind of difficult to even give them a pass all the time, because they're just so nonchalant. They're just kind of like, it was insert, we forgot about it. Somebody worked on it. We don't know. Rio's gonna make a video about it. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? And that's just kind of where it's at. And one thing I've noticed now in the community, if you guys make it this far, one thing I've noticed now in the community since I came back is there's a couple content creators that they keep underneath their belt to point out and show all the good things in Warframe, but not everything is all like sparkly beautiful. You know, you got to point out the things that are wrong. You got to point these things out. You know, I'm a journalist for hire. It's out of my power. I just point at the things that happen. Don't get mad at the messenger. You can't be mad at me. These are things that they're doing. You know, that's just what it is. I love you guys. At the end of the day, thank you so much. I love you guys. I'm finally back, dropping more content. The channel's about to go crazy because we're about to drop so much freaking stuff, and I'm finally ready. You guys know I was out and about riding horses and stuff like that, man. Being gardening, lifting weights, getting bigger on these boys. Y'all see how buff I got? Got a little buff out here. I love you guys. Y'all take care, homies. All love to you. The Foolishness Gang. Hand rubs 24/7. Take care, baby.